welcome to another episode of Mama Drama and Little Lead,
where we talk everything K-drama, C-drama, J-drama, you name it, we'll watch it.
My name is Bella.
And I'm Brenna.
And today we're talking about
Time and Him Are Just Right, a C-drama that is on Viki.
I always forget the name of that. I always get it confused.
Don't worry, I remembered.
So do you want to read the synopsis for us?
Sure. All right, let me just... It's his classmates Lin Ji and Ji Jun Ji. I'm going to let you read that.
Okay.
I can do a little bit at a time.
Classmates Lin Ji and Ji Zhenxing are incredibly different. Lin Ji is optimistic, stubborn, and stands up to bullies, while Zhenxing is an aloof yet warm-hearted programming genius. Despite their differences, their contrasting personalities draw them together as they face the pressure of preparing for college entrance exams. Their budding friendship teeters on the brink of romance, but they risk being separated if they don't meet their academic goals. Will they succeed in reaching their dreams and stay by each other's side, or will life push them apart?
All right, so this drama was actually chosen by Bella, and it is right up her alley, usually. It's a school... not really enemies, but like a school rivals to lovers type tropes where they follow them from high school all the way through college.
Yeah, and so the reason why she says this is usually up my alley is because it usually is. This time, I wouldn't say it was my favorite.
Yeah. So it's funny because we kind of try and keep track of who's watching what, but there was recently a wedding and a bunch of other things that Bella was involved in. So this one I ended up watching a lot faster than her, and I really wish I hadn't because
by episode 11, I dropped it.
Yes, and I would have loved to have dropped it, but I kept going because I thought, no, Bella is going to love this, and I need something to talk about.
And I want it to be very clear that Bella, did tell her she could drop anytime she wanted.
She did, but I have this weird thing in my head that if I drop a drama, I'm going to make the actor sad. So I don't like to drop them unless... Well, I just don't like to drop them.
So, in other words, her problem, not mine.
I agree. However, if I had known that she was going to drop this drama, I probably would have also, because yes. I'm sorry if any of you guys actually love this drama. It had potential, but I lost interest about halfway through.
Yeah, so I will say for the first episode, I thought it was really cute. It usually is right up my alley. I really like the coming of age dramas where they start in high school, they go to college, and then you see them in their adult life. I feel like a good example of this was A Love So Beautiful. They did that beautifully.
They did. It was a beautiful love, yes.
Yes, it was done really well. This one had potential.
It did have potential. The acting was good. I felt like the storyline started out really good. And since I watched all of it, I have a little bit more to kind of compare the beginning to the end.
Yeah. I know when I started, I was like enjoying it thoroughly. I thought it was pretty adorable, like in some... Like, but as it went on, the more it was like, I felt like I was dragging myself through that drama.
Yeah.
I felt like it lagged a little.
So I'll save some of this for the spoiler part of the show, but like the story got convoluted. It really kind of lost what it was supposed to be. You heard from the synopsis that it was supposed to be this, romance between two opposites, and, will they find their way to love? And I felt like they found their way to love way too quickly, and so they didn't have anything else to talk about.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I did get crazy for it.
Yeah.
It was pretty quick that they got together. How many episodes were there?
It was pretty fast. I don't remember how many it was.
Was it like, I think it was like 25 episodes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think so. 25 episodes, yes, and 40 minutes each.
Yes. And so anybody who watches C-dramas knows 25 episodes for a C-drama is not bad at all. There are C-dramas with 56 episodes or like 100 and who knows what.
Yeah, too many.
This one, I felt like they got together too quick, and so I get bored so easily.
Yeah, and so should we start the spoiler portion? Like, because I'm trying to figure out if we've talked enough about non-spoiling parts. So, like, it's way soon, isn't it? So I'll say, like, the way they met was really cute.
How did they meet?
But I think that I should save that for the spoiler part.
I can't remember.
Oh my gosh. This is going to be a short episode, guys. I'm the only one that did the homework.
Yeah. So now we're getting into the spoiler section. Okay. So, yeah, if you don't want to be spoiled, I guess, leave. I might get spoiled because I haven't seen it.
But
I'm not planning on watching it, though. So for our final, before the spoiler section, would you recommend this drama?
No. It was just, like I said, the love part of it, they got together way too soon. Like, you knew that they liked each other and had both of them fallen for each other way too soon. And so the storyline, probably past episode 10, so the last 15 episodes was other kinds of stories.
I wouldn't know.
I know. So it wasn't my favorite, no.
I would not recommend this if you have ADHD and would rather do anything else. All right, so you can leave now. We're going to the spoiler section in 3, 2, 1. Boom! We're in the spoiler section.
Yes. So their meet cute was, I actually enjoyed that. Because it starts out like she finds out something. She can overhear her parents talking about something on the phone with somebody else, and basically her brother had died, and his family donated his organs, and so she overhears them saying that she's going to a new school, but she has to stay with a family that's closer to that school, and so she overhears her parents talking about the fact that the boy in this family has her brother's heart.
Oh my God, I remember now.
Yes. Oh. So when she first gets to the school, the first thing she does when she sees him, she says, "Is your name Ji Jun Xing?" Yeah. Sorry, I'm butchering Chinese names. You're okay, yes, anyway. And he says, yeah, and she hugs him. Like, just all out, just hugs him.
I remember that
and
now.
And he has no clue what's going on.
So, like, when that happened, I was like, dang. So we're starting with, like, a really strong drama right now. Yeah. Like, I was really super... The only thing that I was confused about is how they were going to get around the fact that she really purely only viewed him as a brother. Yes. Because of her brother's heart.
Exactly. And she did she wanted to be his friend. Like, that was her whole thing. And she didn't want a boyfriend any or romance. Anything like that. It was just, I want to be his friend. But as the synopsis said, he's kind of aloof, so he really doesn't have that many friends to begin with. So for her to be like, here I am, the stranger, I'm a girl, I just hugged you, and I want to be your friend, it really threw him off.
Yeah, especially, like, yeah. He's never met this girl in his life.
Yes, exactly. So I thought that was kind of cute the way they did that. And then she ends up sitting next to him in class, and she just asks him, what will it take for you to be my friend? And I can't remember everything that he said, but he said, I remember, if the leaves need to fall, fall up off the ground, the stars need to fall to the ground, and you have to take off the wig of our teacher, I think it was. And
that's the thing. Guys, if I sound shocked, it's because I'm just now remembering this. Like, I think I blocked it out from my brain. Anyway, that part was so cute.
It was adorable, and because I really thought it was going to be good.
She made those things happen, okay? She tied leaves to balloons so that, they were going up. And then what was the star thing?
It was some kind of like
science experiment
that made
sort.
Stars in a bottle that she put on the stairs to go down.
Oh, it was so cute. And then she ended up getting the teacher's wig.
Yes, it was absolutely adorable.
It.
And when one thing, like, I look for like butterfly moments, and the one thing I noticed when the leaves were going up on the balloons, he had the slightest smile. Like, he was really impressed by that. Like, he really was.
Guys, so see, it's right up my alley. It's right up my alley. I don't know. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed in myself.
It did. It started out really good. I was really enjoying it. I really was. Like, there were a lot of butterfly moments in those first 10 or so episodes. There really were. Did you get to the basketball tournament?
Yes, okay. I got to the basketball tournament. See, that's why I decided to drop it, because I wanted to leave it on good memories. All I had was good. So tell them how the basketball tournament. Tell them.
So I can't remember everything about it, but so each class would compete in this basketball tournament, and the class that she was in is the smart class, so they don't have any athletes, and they were going to go up against the art class, which is all of the athletes. And so I guess in years past, nobody had ever volunteered for the tournament from her classroom, so they just always lost by default. But she rallied everybody to, like, yes, we want to do this basketball tournament, and we want to win. So, like, she makes a friend with somebody from the art department. His name is Kai, who turns out to be our second male lead. She makes a bet with him that her class will beat his class in the tournament. And he's like kind of flirting with her and like, yeah, let's see what you got or whatever. So she is really rallying everybody to the cause. Like, we have to do this basketball tournament.
Yes.
And everybody says no. And she is super disappointed.
And before we go on, how did her and the second main lead meet again?
Yes, so they met. She was on campus after dark. I can't remember what for. I think she was studying late or something. And as she was leaving,
I kind of remember.
Yeah, like he was sneaking back onto campus because he lived in the dorms, and it was past curfew. And he was running from security and bumped into her and was just like, here, hide with me because security's coming. And so... Yes.
Oh, my gosh. It was so cute. It was so cute because they were hiding together in the bush. And, what did he was like, you're like not as goody two-shoes as I thought you were type thing, which was pretty freaking cute because, anyway, so he grabs her hand and they start running together. It was so cute. I'm not even going to freaking lie to you.
I loved Kai. Kai was fun. Kai was definitely fun. However, I never got second male lead syndrome with him because he always just felt like bestie.
Okay,
to me anyway.
Yeah. I agreed. I agree. Yeah. He was. Yeah.
He was bestie. Yeah. So getting back to...
I'm getting more flashbacks from you saying bestie. Don't ever say that to me
so
again.
Getting back to the basketball tournament. So our main lead, Ji Xing, overhears the conversation between Li Ji and Kai. And so he's like, oh, I can't let him take over because now he's kind of starting to like her already. And so he gets all of his friends together to play in the basketball tournament. And then so they're playing in the basketball tournament. Both of those classes make it to the championship final battle, and one of the players on the smart class gets hurt. And they're like, well, we got to forfeit because there's nobody else who can play in our class. And then up steps our female lead. And she was like, I can play basketball.
She used to play basketball all the time with her brother and her father.
Yeah. So at first they're like, oh, we got to go easy on her. She's a girl. And then she basically took everybody to class. Like, she was laying them up and just beating everybody.
Yeah.
And then, we cut to the smart class celebrating at the food stall or whatever, but we find out they actually lost. But it was cute.
It was cute. And so, okay, this is one of the things. The next, what happens, kind of like where I was like, I'm not really feeling it. So when they go to their celebratory dinner or whatever, they find this place, and it's our main lead, our main girl, her friend, his friend, and two other guys. Who are those two other guys?
If you watch the whole thing, you would know.
Baby. They just pop up after the basketball tournament, and they're like, why don't we form a super cool, awesome study group together? And I'm like, okay, cool, friends. I felt like it was just they just added them as like filler characters, kind of.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
they had no substance.
yes,
I was just like, who are those guys?
they were very. They had a storyline later on. Like I said, the story gets very convoluted.
So
and you don't understand any of it until
that's
it happens.
my problem, though, because even if you give them like a story later on, it's like you should have been building up their characters from the beginning.
Exactly, because you don't even know their names really until their storyline.
But they're like best friends with the main characters.
But even before before you know their storyline, I knew there was a storyline because they focused on certain things, but only because I know how K or C dramas work. Like, they didn't tell any of their story until later, and it was just like,
you gotta
episode
build
5,
that up.
this is happening, and I'm gonna explain it in episode 23, and it's like, what?
Yeah, that's why I understand. Like, I didn't see the point in adding those two characters. Unless you were going to build them up as an important part of the main character story.
And it wasn't. It was not an important part of the main characters
at
all.
They were basically just background characters, which is weird because I felt like they didn't stay in their place as background characters. So it's like they would show up and I'm like, oh, am I supposed to care about this character?
Yeah. Exactly. And that's what, because I can't remember what episode, but it was really early on, and you may have actually lasted if you went to episode 11. You might have seen this, where the kid with the glasses, he's transferring schools, and the other non-character is very upset about it, like to the point that they get into a fist fight.
Yeah, so I did not get to that point.
I didn't know why.
And it's like, do I care?
No, because like I said, I didn't even know their names, even at that part of the storyline. And I'm like, I don't understand. Why are we getting into a fist fight because he's moving? And it's not even his choice. Mm-hmm. He's a high school student and his parents are moving.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's like, I'm done with y'all. I'm dropping you. I'm leaving. He was sad to go too. And then the other guy, they get into a fist fight over it. And it was like, what is happening? And then that's the end of that storyline until way later.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing I didn't understand because it felt like lazy writing to me. It felt forceful, like that I was supposed to like these characters because they were part of the friend group.
Yes.
I didn't see it.
It's interesting that you say that about the story, because one of the notes that I wrote down was it seemed like they were trying to make conflict when none existed.
Yes.
And they did that with every storyline. Mm-hmm. Like, there really was no conflict.
And that's okay. So, like, I don't want you to think that something has to, like, go wrong for me to, like, enjoy a story. Mm-hmm. Like, sometimes a story that's just, like, you know, nothing's really going wrong. If you, like, kind of like a slice of life story, that's okay. Right. Like, you don't have to throw, like, a tornado in there and destroy a character's house randomly just to fill in some gaps.
Yes.
Like, if your story's well written and the characters, those problems will eventually arise and present themselves.
So, you dropped it way too early for me to tell you any of these things that happened that were really weird. But you remember Sharknado? That's kind of where this went. Like, it was very weird. So, what part was I going to tell you about? So, like I said, conflict when none existed. For example, so just before they take the college entrance exam, so, you know, both of them are very smart. They're in the smart class. He's usually number 1, she's usually number 2. They flip-flopped a couple of times. Like, they were both top of their class.
Yes.
So you know that whatever college they decide to go to, they're going to get into, right? Yeah. So they decided early on that they wanted to go to college together because, spoiler alert, they already like each other.
Yeah.
So, but the day of the college entrance exam, she's heading to the exam when she gets a phone call from somebody, we don't know who, just some voice that says, remember the driver that hit your brother? So it was a hit and run, by the way. So we have no idea who the driver is. So they call and say, hey, the driver that hit your brother is beating up your father, and he's, you know, you have to get here. Why? Why are they calling her the day of the college entrance exam when this person that was a hit and run is now all of a sudden confronting the father of the boy that he killed?
I don't know.
And we didn't even know who he was because it was a hit and run.
Yeah.
So she runs away from the college entrance exam and doesn't take it. And goes, and her father's in the hospital. And I thought, well, maybe they're going to try and make something out of the story. They don't. He comes home. He's fine. Like, he had to sit in a wheelchair for a couple of episodes. And she just didn't get to take the college entrance exam. So she has to go back and take another year of high school to take the exam again.
Yeah.
So everybody else moves on to college. She's stuck in high school.
Yeah. That doesn't make any sense.
It really didn't.
I'm glad I dropped it when I did. I have some good memories of what I did watch-ish.
And then, so from that, so she's stuck in high school for another year with Kai, by the way.
Of course.
Because he also got hurt or something, and so couldn't be a
Okay, so
runner
I kind of
anymore.
see what they're kind of doing here. They just needed a reason for her to spend more time with the second main lead.
Yeah.
Kind of like a woo-woo song situation.
Yeah, and then, like, so they're calling each other all the time, but in this second, because she's repeating high school, she can't have her phone all the time or something, so she can only call him once a month for, like, 2 hours at a time. And so she tries to call him on his birthday, but he was with the drama club celebrating his birthday, so she wasn't able to get a hold of him. And then he posted a picture of him at this drama club, and she flips out because she thinks that he's interested in one of the girls. And so she completely stops calling him.
Yeah.
For a year.
Yeah, so it's like unnecessary, like drama,
yes.
like that it's adding.
There's a lot more examples, but I'll stop there.
Yeah. So the one thing that I was confused about at the beginning, and I mentioned it a little, was how they were going to get her to stop viewing him as a brother because he had her brother's heart.
Right.
And I called it from the beginning when I watched it, but she got the wrong brother.
Yeah.
It's his little brother who actually has her brother's heart.
Right.
And so after that, she was like, I like you.
Yeah. And apparently he was liking her the whole time.
Yeah, he liked her pretty much from the beginning. From the beginning.
Yeah. So like I said, they got together way too soon. And then after they're together, then you had that little weird phone call because her dad's getting beat up.
Yeah.
And then they go to college.
So they're just throwing like random stuff.
Like I said, conflict to be creating conflict. Like there was no reason for it at all. Even the part where they stopped talking to each other. No point in it. So
yeah. One question I wanted to get into before we wrap up. Do you think generational differences? What do you think as far as our opinions on this?
So I think we pretty much both have the same opinion on this one.
Yeah, we agree. We agree.
I think that
me choosing it in the first place was the generational.
Yes. Like these are not my favorite type of dramas. I don't mind the slice of life. One of my favorite C-dramas is A Love So Beautiful, and I have watched it. I'm actually going through it my 5th time right now. So I love it. It's not like I don't like these kind of stories, but it's a rare gem. And so a lot of these C-dramas start in high school and go through college and all this stuff, and it's like it really kind of gets tedious after a while, and you have to do it good.
To me, it could never get old. I love it.
I need more depth in a story.
Much. But I do find I started watching C-dramas when I was like 16. I do find that like as I get older, I prefer college now. College over high school at the moment.
Don't get me wrong, high school sweetheart stories, they're okay. I don't mind them, but I need something a little bit. I like romances with a little more substance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of get you. Yeah, I'm in the college phase. Right? The dramas are growing with me, guys.
Yeah.
What are we watching next week?
I believe we are watching. Is it My Dearest Nemesis? Or no. We're watching
Perfect Marriage Revenge.
Perfect Marriage Revenge. So that should be a fun watch. Actually, I've already seen it, so Bella will be the first time for her, but.
Yeah, and if you see my hair looks different the next time, it's because we already filmed that one.
Don't tell anybody. All right, so that was Time and Him Are Just Right. Do not recommend.
Yeah, we'll see you last week for Perfect Marriage Revenge.
See you next week.
Last week.
Exactly.